Hi, my name is Kiara. I'm 22 years old. I just graduated in international relations, and I'm very happy to be here interviewing for this job. Okay, so I chose three questions to answer to you guys today, and the first one is the number two, all right? Number two asks about how important is pronunciation improvement to you during class, and how do you approach these issues with your students? So, okay, I think pronunciation is one of the key factors in effective communication. It is my favorite one to work with when I'm with my students, and I tend to use the shadowing technique when I'm with them. So usually I say a word for about, I don't know, I say about 2 to 3 times, and I ask them to repeat. So then, when we are not having class, I ask them to listen to some music and try to sing it out loud. Try to sing exactly the way that the singer is doing. Oh, and also, one thing that I like to do is try to ask them to mumble the words like they're babies, because I think that is a great way to approach sounds that you're not used to, like the th sound. For example, thanks. I ask them to mumble words with th all the time because it is a sound difficult for Brazilians. Okay, so let's go to the third question now, which is about what principles govern your approach to teaching foreign language. Now, I do have about three factors, three principles that are my guide when I'm teaching English. The first one is that I put the center of all of the classes in my students, which means that I'll try to match my class with their goals, their experiences, their interests. So it can be really fun because I personalize each class to the taste of each one of my students. Now, the second principle that guides my work is motivation. So I try to make my students understand that they have their own pace to learn the language, and they don't need to be afraid of making mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes when they're learning a second language, and they don't have to have the perfect pronunciation. Okay, they're gonna have an accent. We're just gonna try to make their accent less visible. And the third principle that I use to guide my classes is active production, which means that even when they are on level A1, I try to encourage them to speak and write, not only read and listen, because I think that all four skills of language are very important from the beginning. Okay. Now, the last question that I chose was question number four, and it's a question that asks, what do you consider the biggest challenges of remote work? I would say that the biggest one to me is social isolation, because I'm a very social person. So it can be hard sometimes to not look the student in the eye and to not look my colleagues in the eye, especially because I think that spontaneity and creativity, they are easier to achieve when you are in a in-person setting. And I also think that remote jobs, they have a very specific way of creating bonds between colleagues, and sometimes it can reduce our sense of belonging. So that's it. I hope you like it. Bye bye. See you in the next phases.